Hey, my name is Shonda, and I changed my name to Shonda Mama on here. No, Shonda Mama. Mama Shonda on here. I decided, by the way, disclaimer, I know I look a mess. Oh, what is that in my hair? I know I look a mess, but Mama Shonda is the explanation for that. Like, I just don't feel like getting together. But anyway, so I want to blog. Basically, I am pregnant and I want to vlog my whole experience on here. I want to vlog everything, everything. I want to just talk about everything. Really for the benefit of just like having it to look back on, and I could really just always like record on my phone, just simple as that, but I prefer to put it on YouTube because, I mean, let's be real, I'm always on YouTube, just like a lot of other people. And honestly, this is something that I feel is really, really important to document, not only for my child to look back on and see, but I love looking at my older memories. Like, I love looking back at stuff. But yeah, enough of that. So, I'm basically 13 weeks right now. And I found out I was pregnant around 6 weeks on the dot, actually. The day I turned 6 weeks is the day I found out I was pregnant. And so I've been contemplating if I really did want to just like vlog this and like post it and put it on YouTube and everything. And I've just decided, why not? It was more so, it wasn't like oh, I think I'm going to do it. Like, it was more so like, if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. But I figure, I'm very honest with this type of thing, so I might as well just do it. And I articulate everything, my feelings and everything about everything, way better on camera and when I'm not actually in front of a person for some reason. But there's a lot of people like that, so hey. So basically, what I'm going to start off talking about are my symptoms. And actually, my symptoms, they changed, but they haven't really changed much. So I'm just going to add in the symptoms from the minute I found out I was pregnant all the way up until now. Okay, the first symptom, my morning sickness. That was the very first symptom that I had. And honestly, no. Actually, my missed period was. But my period is not super regular. Like, it comes around the same time every month, but it's more so like, give or take. So I was 8 days late. I didn't really think anything of it because, like I said, it's give or take. It could have came 2 weeks after it was supposed to, even though it's not really, that's really off. But sometimes my period is just like that. There have been months where I actually did skip. And yeah. But yeah, my period, I was 8 days late, and my morning sickness. My morning sickness is actually how I found out. One day, it was a Sunday. Actually, April 14th, Sunday, April 14th, 2019. I had really bad morning sickness all day, and I thought I had a virus or something. Pregnancy was the last thing on my mind. Even though everybody was telling me, oh, you're pregnant, you're probably pregnant, you might want to take a pregnancy test, I mean, honestly, they always do that to me. Like, everybody around me, my best friends, my sister, everybody. Even, my child's father was like, oh, you might be pregnant, I wasn't hearing it because, like, I just never was. And they always did it to me anytime anything happened. So I kind of was nonchalant about it. But so I ended up going to the hospital after vomiting all day, not being able to eat anything because I had an interview the next day. Usually with a stomach virus, I let it pass. But since I had an interview the next day, I kind of wanted to, fix it. I wanted a quick fix. I wanted something to hurry up the process. You know, whether it was a stomach virus, food poisoning, I wanted something to just like, you know, hurry up, get it over with, like hurry up. And so I went to the hospital, and you know, whenever you have a stomach issue, they make you take a pregnancy test, or at least that's what they did for me. And so I did that, and then that was positive. So they took blood from me, and that's when I knew something was kind of off, because they never take blood. They usually always do a pregnancy test and it's negative, and that's that. But they took blood just to make sure, and the doctor came in, and no, it was the nurse came in, and she said, so yeah, it's positive. And my best friend Abby, she was sitting right next to me, and I just looked at her and I was just like, what? But yeah, so my morning sickness was actually a big indicator, and that's how I found out. My aversions, which is the next symptom, I feel like that and morning sickness went hand in hand. That I couldn't eat anything. I really was only able to eat popsicles and like really fruity things, like fruit, popsicles, candy. I wasn't able to eat anything like pasta, bread, meat, anything. None of that. And when I say I was only able to eat those, I was literally only able to eat those. Like, I had a lot of popsicles. I had to get 3 packs of popsicles just to put in my freezer, because I couldn't eat anything else. And it was around Easter time, so of course I had candy, and all I ate was Skittles, really fruity candy, and I had fruit, I had watermelon. It was horrible. Okay, and those were really the only symptoms that I had at the beginning stages. But anything else, honestly, is what I have now. The morning sickness and aversions, they went away. Okay, so my hunger, another symptom. I eat everything. Like, I eat everything. I eat so much. I eat all the time. It's ridiculous. And I know that's probably not the best thing, but I mean, me and my baby like to eat. Hey. I could eat, and then I'll be full, and then maybe half an hour later I'm eating again. I'm ready to bite another piece of food. My next symptom, constipation. Now with this, let me tell you, I grew up with, like, I don't want to say stomach issues necessarily, but there was always something wrong. Like, and constipation was one of them. That was always a big problem. I changed some of what I eat, and it kind of helped the problem, but at the end of the day, constipation was just always an issue. So I was used to it. But now it's like I'm really backed up. But yeah, one thing that actually did help with that was pickle juice and pickles, because I noticed one of my cravings were pickles. When my morning sickness started to subside, I started eating pickles. And even though I always loved pickles, it was always really one of my favorite snacks. But that was like the main thing that I was able to eat when my morning sickness started to subside, and it just carried on from there. But that actually helped a lot. My next symptom is ligament pain. Okay, so I'm 13 weeks. I'm about, what day is it? It's Tuesday. Okay. Every Sunday, that's my mark. I'm a new week. So I am 13 weeks and 2 days. So now I'm starting to have ligament pain. So I've been told. Because I've been having like weird pains, and I wondered what it was, and I've just been told, oh, like your belly's just like stretching and everything like that. And usually, like, I looked it up, and a lot of people don't get those pains until they're around, like, I want to say around like 15 weeks. But hey, I don't know anything, because this is my first baby, so I'm not sure about anything at this point. So my next symptom, cramps. So they're not serious, they're not bad, they're not really like period cramps. necessarily. I mean, they feel like period cramps, but they're not as severe as my period cramps always were. So, really, it's like I've been told it's just, and the reason I'm saying I've been told is because, like, this is what I've researched, what I've asked, you know, doctors, other moms, and, you know. So, I've been told it's basically just my uterus stretching, just the baby growing inside and my uterus stretching, which is, I mean, believable because that's what it kind of feels like. So yeah, that is annoying, I will say. It's just kind of like a dull, ongoing type of thing that happens from time to time. But when it does happen, it happens pretty much, you know, for a few hours, but not a few hours like straight, but a few hours as in like it'll happen, it'll be there for a while, and then it'll stop, and then it'll come back and it'll be there for a while, and then it'll stop. So my next symptom is my dreams. They are vivid. They do not lie when they say pregnancy brings vivid dreams. And honestly, like, I've always been a vivid dreamer, and I've always had vivid dreams, and I've also, you know, I've always been a lucid dreamer. So now that my dreams are even more vivid, and on top of being a lucid dreamer, you know, it's like a different reality. It's like when I'm asleep, it's like I'm there. I'm in it. I'm in it. And it's so weird because, like, you feel everything. And it's also, you know, it's like a blessing and a curse. And I'll say that because, like, you know, sometimes I have good dreams and I wake up in the best mood, and, you know, I really enjoy my dreams as if they're like a movie, or as if I'm like, you know, they're like a real, actual, distant memory. And I also remember my dreams that way. You know, sometimes I get kind of confused because it's like, did this actually happen, or, you know, no? Because a lot of my dreams aren't about things like, you know, just monsters and stuff like that. A lot of them are about like real stuff that can happen, or that may have happened that I might have like tweaked or changed differently, and that's why they mess with the way I remember some stuff. But yeah, they're just so vivid. Like, and the reason I say it's also a curse is because sometimes, like, I have really bad anxiety, and so do I have something on my eyelash? Oh no. But because sometimes I wake up in a full-blown anxiety attack, and that has happened quite a few times since I've been pregnant. I don't like it at all, actually. I don't like it at all. But, I mean, it happens, and there's nothing that I can do about it right now. Okay, also, by the way, I keep looking down because I wrote this stuff down, so I wouldn't forget, and I wouldn't be all over the place completely, because I know I'm pretty sporadic, but I'm trying to stay in order and trying to stay organized. But also, I didn't write this down, but I just remembered off the top of my head another symptom, and I don't know if I should call it a symptom, because not everybody has the same symptoms, but I don't know if I should call this a symptom. Okay, it's just something that happened. So, basically, okay, before I got pregnant, I had depression. Okay, depression and anxiety, like, I actually have it. And ever since I got pregnant, it has gotten pretty bad. It has gotten worse. And that's one thing that I do not like. I mean, really, honestly, who likes depression and anxiety? But the fact that my emotions and everything, and my hormones and everything are just all over the place, it does not help. It does not help at all. But I'm dealing with it. I will say, though, if you are lucky enough to be conscious enough to catch it, you know, before it gets too bad, and to recognize where you're at within it, listen, get some help, talk to someone, do something. And I have bad moments. I really do, all the time. But I talk to people. I do talk to people. A lot of people don't understand that when you're pregnant. I mean, no, I will say this. A lot of people don't understand how hard depression and everything is in general, let alone being pregnant with it. Pregnancy and mental illness, they are very isolating and very difficult on their own. So them together is a power force. And that's really all I can use to describe it. And yeah, you just gotta be careful with it so it doesn't get too bad. Because at the end of the day, when you're pregnant, another human being is involved. And that was really an issue for me, because I know that my baby is involved now, and I know that it's hard trying to take care of yourself, but also worrying about a whole nother person. But mamas get it done. But yes, that's pretty much everything that I have to talk about for my 13th week, and pretty much up to this point. Cause yeah, I didn't really have any other symptoms besides what I spoke of. But yeah, I will think of some other videos to record, well, to vlog and whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so I guess I'll see y'all the next time I decide to turn this camera on. Well, it's my phone. I'm recording from my phone right now, but wait until I get a camera. The quality will be much better and everything, and I won't look a mess, but hey, it's what it is. So if you watch this video, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, because if no one watches it, how am I supposed to potentially help? Once again, that wasn't the main reason or the first reason for doing this, but it's another reason that's added, that makes me feel pretty good about it. So yeah, I guess I will be back at some other point. Oh, wait a minute. I can also do a belly shot. I don't really have much of a belly, but it's getting there. I guess I will come over here so you can actually... Sorry, I don't have a bra on, you guys. I don't have a bra on. Yeah. Got my belly ring in still. Yep. That's it. 13 weeks. All right, guys. We'll see y'all when I see y'all.